Welcome to Flawless Learning. Today our topic is aggregation function in SQL, right? So aggregation function is SQL are used to perform calculation on a group of rows and return a single result. So here what is aggregation function? Okay. So now there is also key functions of aggregation function. There is count. So what count does? So it counts the number of number of rows. Okay. So basically if you want to get that total number of employees, so use count then star. Okay, this is the number that how many employees are there in a company. Okay, there is 140 employee, there is 150 employees, just the number, so total number, then we use that count function. Okay, counts the number of rows. Now then go for that sum. So to find the total salary, like, okay, so calculate the total of a numeric column. So suppose there is a employees table and there is a salary column, and we want to the total salary. Okay, so to find the total salary, we use that salary sum of salary. Then average, so compute the average of a numeric column. So if you want that what is the average salary of employees in a company, so we get that select average of salary from employees. Then maximum, so find the maximum value. So what is the maximum salary? If you want to find that highest value, so then we go for that maximum. And if we want to find the minimum value, then we go for the minimum. So if you there is an employee table and we want that highest salary of an employee, so we go for that maximum salary. And if we want the minimum salary of the employee, we select that minimum of salary. Okay, then to more interesting thing, that is grouping with aggregation, right? So basically when working with groups, use the group by clause to aggregate data for groups. So let me talk one more word to you that, like, let's go for the example that select department of department average of salary from employees group by department. That means what it calculates, now this calculates the average salary for each department, right? So suppose there is a department like IT, there is finance, there is management, this kind of departments are there in a company. So you want to that, okay, so what is the average salary in the IT company, what is the average salary in finance sector or finance department, and what is the average salary in the management department. So how can you aggregate that data? So basically that's the group by done. Okay, that's done by the group by clause. Okay, now filtering the aggregate data. Okay, so if now this calculate the average salary of each department. Okay, now if you want to filter aggregated result, use the having clause, right? Now for example, now to find the department with more than 10 employees. Okay, so we this select department count up, that is number of records, total number of records from table name, that is employee. Now group by department. So how can you tackle that? Okay, basically up to group by department, what is does up to group by department, this does that total number of the employees in each department, that how many employees are there in IT department, how many employees are there in finance department, that kind of thing. But we want that department name whose employee number of employees greater than 10, then we use that having count of that star greater than 10. Okay, count of asterisk greater than 10. Okay, so this kind of thing. Now there is a practice exercise to you, because I didn't give the exercise in filtering also. So before that, let's go to the MySQL workbench to just some practice on there on that key functions, aggregation function, key function, this kind of thing. Okay, so let's go to the SQL workbench. And okay, now this kind of talks I have already told you in the previous video. So if you don't watch the previous video, every video is interrelated to each other, so please go to the previous video. There I introduced SQL, what is SQL, why it is important, this kind of thing. Then I will go for DDL command, DKML command, like select, insert, update, alter, each and every command very clearly. And then we filtered the command in comparison operator, less than, greater than, this kind of, then logical operator, and or then pattern matching, how can you matching the pattern whose name starts with with A, whose name is ends with A, this kind of thing. Then we go for some in between, that whose salary is between 30K to 50K, this kind of thing I have already told in the previous video. So please go to the videos, that videos, and watch that, and then coming to the aggregation function. Okay, now there is, suppose you want to know the number of salary. Okay, so select count of star from salary, this kind of thing. Okay, so just select count from salary, just save time, we copy and paste. So select C3. Why 3? Because there is, if you remember, we inserted the value for 3 employee ID, John, Ram and Mohima. So that's why the number of employees are there is 3, right? Now check for another, that what is the sum, select sum of salary from employees, right? So just check the what is the sum of salary from employee. See, this is the sum of salary. Okay, now same maximum of salary. If you remember that Ram gets the maximum salary, right, which is 60K. See, and what is the minimum salary? If you remember, there is Mahima and John there who get 50K, which is the minimum salary, right? So let's check it out. Yes, 50K, right? And one more thing, which is average salary. So there is average of salary of from employees, right? So let's check it out. See, this is the average salary of the 3 employees. Okay, now go for some this group by aggregation, this kind of thing, right? So basically when inserting our value, we didn't insert that department, so quickly insert the department, right? Because we aggregated the salary by department. Okay, so how can you tackle, see, department, but there is no department column there while creating the table. So just take the name department, and department is variable character, right? So just data type 50. Okay, now again, so this, now see, the already I created the table, so how can I add the table? I have also written there, that is, see, alter table, right? So what is the alter table? There is alter table, I have already show you. Yes, just write it alter, because we already created the others columns, so we have to alter table, then employees, sorry, employees, then add column, which is department, this, right? So add column this, semicolon. Now execute this comment. Okay, so if we refresh this, see, there is a department added there. Now insert the value of department also. Now salary, then department, control C, control V, control V. Okay, now just take the value department. For first, let's take it as IT. For Ram, also IT, and for Mahima, let's take it HR. Okay, so let's insert this carefully. Okay, see, there is a duplicate entry 1. Why? Duplicate entry for why this throws a error? Because this is primary key. Okay, so we can't go for that same employee. Okay, let me check. 1. Okay, see, error, there is duplicate entry 1 for key employees dot primary. So let's change it as 4, 5 and 6. Why? Because we already, whenever we insert it again, so सी ओके पहले इंसर्ट करते हैं, उसके बाद मैं बोलती हूँ कि क्या हुआ इसमें दिक्कत. ओके, सो बेसिकली समटाइम्स, ओके, नाउ इट्स ओके. नाउ सिलेक्ट सी. अभी तुमको देखने को मिलेगा कि उसमें दिक्कत क्या हुआ था, राइट. सी, basically when we department, we take that, insert that value in the department. So 1 2 3 for this name John, Ram, Mahima, ये तो हम लोग पहले इंसर्ट कर चुके थे ना. तो अभी अगर फिर से हम लोग को डिपार्टमेंट दे के इंसर्ट करने को जाए तो 1 2 3 इज द प्राइमरी की. सो दिस प्राइमरी की के लिए एम्प्लॉय आईडी वी नेवर, दे नेवर अलाउ सेम एम्प्लॉय आईडी. So that's why it throws a error, because employee ID is primary key. So whenever we inserted the value same again for name, age, salary or department, it's okay, because the column name, age, salary is not primary key, but employee ID is primary key. So whenever you insert it into that table, the name, age, salary, this kind of thing, so that name, age, salary would be same, but the employee ID never allow it. That's why it throws a error. Okay. So now it's fine. Now let's go for the group by. So now the group by, what is that? Where is the, oh yeah, that is select department, average of salary from employees, group by department, right? Now see, okay, now average salary from group by department, just copy. Okay, see, so for null department, because there are department for the three, whenever you get the table shows the table, there is 3 department is null, right? So for null department, their department is not mentioned. For their the average salary is this, and for IT is 55, for the HR is 50. Okay, so that kind of thing. For null, what is null? See, one more time I select, copy paste. See, there's first 1 2 3 for this 3 employee ID, the department is null. That's why here whenever we get that group by department, average salary of group by department, then we there's a department as null. Okay, so that is now having clause. So basically what we have done, count of employees group by department, having count of 1. Okay, so there is if you see that department for Ram and for Ram is from IT department and John is from IT department. So basically what we have done, that having count of employees is 1. Okay, greater than 1, that kind of department. So it shows IT department. Let's see. See, there is IT department, and also there is a null department which is count 3, but it doesn't show the department HR, because there is one employee department whose work, the name is Mahima. So Mahima works in the HR, so that's why there's only one value who is from HR department. That's why there's department name HR is not there in the department in the output, right? So that's how you aggregated function and filtering. Now let's go for some practical exercises for you. So this practical exercises, just take a screenshot of this. First question is, write a query to find the total revenue from the sales table where the region is east. So I here suggested some table structures example. Okay, so if you can change it by yourself also. Okay, just give a hint for, I just give the table structure. Okay, just give the name of the table, which is sale, and their id, product, region, revenue is the column names. Okay, and just this where the region is east. And then for write a query to display the total quantity sold for each product in the order table, but only include products where the total quantity exists 100. Just I showed you that where just to get the department name where employee are number of the employees are greater than 10, that kind of thing. Okay, so here you have to use what clause? Group by, then having by. Great. Right, now the third query is write a query to list all department from the employee table where the total salary of employee is greater than 5 lakh. Right, now this is the table structure example. You can take it. And then the last but not the least, that there is a query that calculate the average rating for each product category from the review table, but only include rating submitted after here is a date. सो आई अभी तक मैंने हैंडलिंग डेट टाइम नहीं करा है, लेकिन कोई बात नहीं, आप लोग ये खुद से ट्राई करो. अगर ना हो, मतलब ना करने पाओ, तो जस्ट कमेंट में बोल दो कि number of questions 4 is not solved by yourself. Then I will go for that SQL workbench and how can you handle that date, review date, then I will show you. Okay, so that's your task. So that's all for today. Now if you have any questions, just feel free to leave a comment on the comment section. And that's all for today. Let's be flawless. Thank you.